Hey there, welcome back to SAP with Veena. In this video, let's understand the concept of returns in SAP MM. So there are a couple of materials which the vendor delivers, and upon consumption of the material, we are going to return the packages back to the vendor, wherein he is going to reimburse a certain amount on the cost of the material what we would have paid. So it's like I go to a bakery, I buy a cool drink, I consume it, and when I return the empty bottle to the shopkeeper, he is going to reimburse a certain amount on that. So this concept works exactly that way. So let's see how we can deal with that on the SAP system. So here I'm going into creation of a purchase order. So I'm creating the material, purchase order for a particular material. So here I'm ordering 100 units, and the price is defaulted from the info record, and I'm going to add one more line item with the same material, and I'm going to pick the plant. Here, say I'm going to return 20 units, and here the amount what I'm taking is $1 per unit. And if you scroll towards right, here you're going to activate returns indicator over here, and this is treated as a return item. And you can see here total order quantity has changed to 80. Okay, so after the because 20 will be returned to the vendor, so we are going to save this. Now when I go to goods receipt screen, here I'm going to pick that particular purchase order, and here you can see for the first line item the movement type will be 101, and if you check the second line item it will be 161. Now let me post the goods receipt for this. Okay, so 100 units is what we are inwarding right now, and it will be placed in this particular storage location. So we are inwarding the material which is coming in right now. So I'm going to post the goods receipt over here. And when you check the stock, here on order it is showing as minus 20 because that's the returns what we have posted for. And here the total quantity we have inwarded is 100. Now over a period of time, maybe these are the packets like which we are going to return to the vendor. So we go to MIGO now after a while when we are ready to return that. So now we bring in the same purchase order again with reference to the transaction goods receipt and the purchase order. And here the movement type still remains 161 because of the activation of returns indicated in the purchase order. Now here I'm going to pick the storage location, item OK. Quantity, of course, it will be 20. Now, when I post this goods receipt transaction, now when I look at my stock, if I go into stock overview, which is MMBE, now you can see that on order stock is nil. And here we have 80 units. Okay. Now for the 20 units, there will be a credit memo because there is a reimbursement of the amount on that. So we go into MIRO. So company code, and here you need to ensure that in the transaction, credit memo has been picked up, and you need to specify your PO number. The credit memo reference number should be provided over here. Now, this is the amount as per the purchase order. So I'm going to change this tax details. And here you can see the first line item is blank because that's the order which we had placed, and we have got the inward of that material, and we are doing a credit memo for the 20 units of returns. And okay, and I can post this. Okay, so this is where we are going to create a purchase order manually with returns line item maintained in the purchase order. And there's also one more situation wherein the system will automatically generate the purchase order for the movement type 161 transaction what we post. So for that, we need to ensure a couple of configurations intact. So first thing is like you need to activate automatic PO activation for movement type 161 in customization, which is available here under material management, inventory. You go into goods receipt, you have create PO automatically. So here you pick movement type 161 and activate automatic PO for this and save this. And also here you need to ensure that you have assigned a standard purchase organization to your plant. So that will be available here, enterprise structure, assignment, material management. Here you can see assign standard PO to plant. So there's no rule to assign a standard PO, whichever you're frequently using, you can assign that. Or in short, for this particular transaction, you need to ensure for the plan for which you're executing this written transactions comes from that particular PORG, which is assigned as a standard PORG over here. So I've already done it, but I'm just showing you like where it is to be done. So these two configuration settings are to be maintained. Now, if I go into MIGO, here I'm going to pick goods receipt. You will retain it as purchase order itself, but we don't have a PO. And here you need to change this movement type to 161. Okay, now, sorry. Here you need to click on this icon, which is non-ordered item. So that system will allow us to enter all the data manually over here. So I'm entering the material. Quantity, I'll just take it as 3 units. So here we need to again ensure movement type is 161 because whenever we are working on the MIGO transaction, when we are frequently working with change of movement types, though we have changed it here at the right hand corner over here, system will always read the movement type what is available here in the where tab. So we need to ensure that under where tab, the movement type is properly provided against which we are intending to do the transaction. Now here my plant storage location. Okay, 3 units. And here I will also specify the vendor, of course, because we are returning it to a certain vendor over here. And from where are you picking this stock? Of course, the stock is available in unrestricted. And let me check this. So this is fine. So now when I post this, system should be able to generate a purchase order for this particular transaction. Now, when I display this material document, you can see that the system has generated a purchase order. Okay, so till now it is right. I mean, I've just demonstrated like how you can post MIGO transaction for the returns and the system will automatically generate a purchase order. But here one thing what we need to note is like if I go back to my purchase order, system has picked up the price from the info record, which is my buying price. Okay, but right now we are doing the returns wherein the return price will be different, wherein it is about the reimbursement. So here for this particular thing, we need to have a condition type maintained separately for the returns as well. So that I'm going to capture in a different video and I'm going to upload it so that you can go through that for reference on how to have the condition type for returns activities. Okay, so and now since this is done, of course, again, as I've demonstrated on credit memo that you're going to MIRO and credit memo will be posted for that particular quantity. Okay, so this is how you're going to use or handle returns in SAP MN. And this is it for today in this particular video. I'll be coming back with another one shortly. So till then, stay tuned, stay connected. Thank you all. Bye-bye.